It's going to be a really big show. Really big show today. A really, really big show. Okay, let's see if I can find this show on the iPad and make sure that we've got good audio. And we're going to have a special guest popping in. It's going to be a really big show. All right, looks good. Lance is in the house. Durr's in the house. Lewis is in the house. Whole bunch of people are in the house. And hi, Tim. Steve shall return more successful than ever, I'm sure. Steve is going to return. Absolutely, he's going to return. Matter of fact, I got to put my headset on because Steve is playing around as we speak. And Steve, can you hear me? I've got no audio coming from you right now. I've got no audio feed from the Stevester. Let me show you Steve. There he is. He's playing around with his mic and all his settings, and right now he's got no audio coming into Skype. So you have to have audio feeding into Skype somehow.
How's this?
Yeah, it's
You hear
good.
me?
Got it. Got it.
Okay. Good deal.
Okay, and so tap on that mic. I think that mic's hot. Perfect. Perfect.
Okay.
All right, and you're looking sharp. Durr's in the house. Anyone catch the BS for opening day night with MLB? Talk about a bunch of idiots. Oh well, talking baseball. Baseball's ruined, says Kyle. Eduardo's in the house. Hey guys, excited for the show. I love gold. By the way, Steve, what I have on the thumbnail, just so you know, is the 002 stunner and then those two gold stunners that they, I guess, recently announced using the same case. One has a black dial that's kind of funky, and the other one has the peacock. Are you familiar with those?
So I don't think they're U.S. models, are they?
I don't know. I think they are. I think they are. I think I have the links in the description of this video to the Grand Seiko website. I think they're on there.
That's what they do to us. They just pop things up, and
So
we hear about
actually,
last.
a subscriber actually sent these to me, and I pulled them up, and I figured we would talk about it. But we'll talk about your things first, and then we'll go into that after, because I've got the links. Leslie's in the house. She says hi to everyone. And let's see what else is going on here. Tim says, which would win, the Grand Seiko Blue GMT SBGE 255 or the new Blue Tudor release? Well, come on. That's not a hard... Give me a hard one. Of course, the Grand Seiko. My gosh, Tudor's a total fail. R. Wag says, forget baseball. Very sad turn of events. There you go. I haven't watched baseball, though, for years, but I hear you. Let's see. Leon says, Kyle, what do you mean baseball's ruined? Dodged, beat Giants 8-1. Giants lost. It was a good night. Lewis is in the house. Grand Seiko and their poor marketing. Even Steve is surprised at the releases. Oh, jeez. Well, he's got an 002 in stock, so he really doesn't need these other two. The other two, in my opinion, are a second and a third place after the 002. I don't think it's a close call. I think the 002 is still the standout in that range. Let's see. And by the way, the one that is the peacock dial, it is rose gold. The one with the black... And let me tell you what they call it, Steve. Just give me a second. Let me pull this up on my email so I can tell you the term they use for this dial, because the subscriber that sent it in said that there's some potential issues with this dial. And let me pull this up and I'll tell you.
Okay.
And I'll also give you the model numbers so you can pull them up on your end, maybe on your computer.
Is this on the U.S. Website?
I believe they're on the U.S. website. I'm trying to get my email to load. Let me give you the model numbers while we're at it. SBGW 262 and SBGW 264. And yes, they're both on the U.S. website, and it's called a Urishi lacquer, Urushi lacquer. is the black one, and it's 30,000. It's more money than the 002.
Mm.
And then the Peacock is, I think, the same price. Try to pull it up and see. I think it's the same price as the. I'll show this if it'll load in. Whenever I'm streaming live, my computer loads slow because the streamer hogs the bandwidth. But okay, there it's loading in. It's yeah, I would call it the like the Peacock dial. It's a green dial, very attractive, but it's and it's limited edition to 120 pieces.
Right.
And
Well,
I've got it up on the dial, up on the screen right now, and it has a brown croc strap. The other one comes with a black croc strap, and I'll try to pull that one up next. Give me a second.
yeah, I'm trying to find it on my iPhone here.
Yeah.
So I've been too busy selling watches to the team of followers today to be looking at
I'm
websites.
sure. I'm sure.
Yeah, amazing. Appreciate it, guys.
I'm sure. Okay, so oh wait, that's the same one. I just clicked on the same one again. Let me click on this other one, the
Oh,
262.
yeah, that's been announced. Yeah, I know that one. Okay.
Which one?
The green one there.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
What about the black one, the
Uh,
262?
yeah, I think they've been around. I just, we have not ordered them in. We can get them if someone wants it, but I didn't feel they were compelling.
Have you heard anything about that black dial having some kind of issues as far as durability or holding up or any kind of issues?
No, where did you hear that? One of
From
the
the
forums?
subscriber that sent this in to us, from a subscriber. He said
What does he
there's
say?
potentially some I don't know, they degrade or something. I don't know, something about that lacquer. Um, that sounds kind of funny to me, but
Right.
anyway,
I,
it's more money. It's $5,000 more money, and it is yellow gold, which I like, and it does come with the
mhm.
black strap, which I like. But my gosh, I would go for the 002 before I'd go for that.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you agree?
Yeah, I think they're probably not as versatile, or definitely not as versatile.
It's if somebody wants something a little more whimsical, I guess, right? It's a little more whimsical.
Well, yeah, if you have a rotation of gold watches, that could fit in it. But if you want
Yeah.
your gold dress watch, I think it's going to be the 002.
And the lovely Bree is in the house. She says hi, all interesting watches. Okay, good. R. Weg, you're correct about BLM. Okay, they're talking baseball again. Craig, would you consider one of those new GS if it had a black snowflake dial? Is there such a thing as a black snowflake dial?
That's sort of a contradiction in terms.
Okay.
The soot flake or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. There's a
Yeah.
buddy of mine trying to call me. He knows I do a show from 5 o'clock to 6, every freaking day
Mhm.
pretty much, and he's going to try to call me on the phone.
Uh,
That makes a lot of sense, right?
yeah.
Um, okay, so let's see. Aerial Advocate says green dial for a dress watch is a bit complicated to pair, in my opinion. A bit easier for a sports watch like the whole Kermit. Yeah, but that green is pretty classy looking. I have to give it that. But I agree.
Mhm.
I think the one I have is the most versatile, without a doubt. Let's see. Triforce Rich, what's up, Paul? Lobby for Steve to get me the first allocation of the new Snoopy. Haha.
Oh, Rich, you try all angles, don't you?
Wrench Gang. Craig will lobby for me. Haha. There you go. All right, Triforce Rich in the house. Well, there is a black snow, but that has negative war connotations. Okay, Triforce Rich, can you send a picture to Craig? Carlos is in the house from the Isle. Where is he? Is he
Where was he?
what's that?
Malta?
Malta. Yeah, he's on Malta still. I think. I think
Yeah.
he's leaving
Okay.
today or something. Or okay, Lance is in the house. Steve, do you have any Oris 1110 years limited edition watches in stock?
1-1.
110th year, I guess that's what he's saying.
No, I don't think so.
Steve, what kind of watches have been going out the door this week? You mentioned some watches going out.
Grand Seiko always.
Hmm.
Some Omega. Seiko is red hot. The Seiko
What about
Prospex.
to subscribers? What's gone out to subscribers?
Grand Seiko primarily.
Do you off the top of your head any models you can remember?
SPGA 211 just right now,
Snowflake.
and took an order on the Seiko Shadow a few minutes ago. And,
That new model.
yeah, the brownish style.
How soon before you can get that?
I have it.
Okay. All right, you
Yeah,
have it in stock. Okay.
yeah. hmm
And those are going to be kind of limited, right? Those look like hot items.
Limited in fact, sort of like the seasons models that are not limited, but are we have a wait. We always sell out all the
Th-
springs, for instance,
th-
before they hit the showcase. So I
There,
have a lot of locals who are irritated that they want to see them, but they're always pre-ordered. We get 3 or 4 in, they go out the door. I may wait a day for someone to come and see them. If they don't show up, they miss them. So uh,
Gotcha. And
yeah.
let's see, we got a couple of comments here. It's important to watch a video of those two dials. They aren't matte. Well, I agree. And also, better photos of them would be better because the photos on the GS website are not exactly photos. I think they're more like drawings almost. Durr's in the house. If GS
hmm
doesn't release a black snowflake, the left will cry racism and start to riot. Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
That won't be good. Sam's in the house. Steve, tell me about your quartz GS watches in stock. Sam Lick would like to know what you have in stock in the way of GS Grand
Okay, I think
Seiko.
I have all of the non-limiteds.
All the non-limited edition
Yeah, I think
ones.
so. Yeah.
Okay. And do you have any of those new ones those 60th anniversaries with the
Yes,
red
I do. I
on them?
do.
Those are cool.
Yeah, I have all of those.
Those are cool, Sam. You should take a close look at those while they're
Mm.
available. Carlos says, I'm still in Malta. We're leaving very early tomorrow on his motor yacht, on his private transport.
Uh,
Triforce Rich is in the house at Eduardo. They haven't done the official release yet. That is October 5, but don't worry. Once Steve sends me the first one, I'll blast social media with it to promote Little Treasury. Okay. Um, so, so he's on the top of the list. Is that the way this works, Steve?
uh, we have to talk about that.
Okay. Sam's in the house. I'd like to
There's
know.
a lot of special supplicants out there for that piece.
All right. So, he said which ones you have. We already answered that. Okay. I'll call in. I'll call into Craig's show to show it off and let Steve do a video review if he wants. Okay. Lance is in the house. GS should make a blue dial snowflake. They do. They've already got one. They've got a blue snowflake, right, Steve?
Yes, they do.
Stunning.
SBGA 407, and that's the one that we're sourcing bracelets for. And actually, we're selling them all over the place.
And don't you have a video of that on your channel? I thought you all did a video.
On the Little Treasury channel,
Yeah.
yes. Our Chris did a thing on the blue snowflake with the bracelet.
Lance, you got
Looks
to
great.
go subscribe to the Little Treasury channel so you don't miss these little
Oh,
tidbits.
speaking of bracelet, today I've got on my SBGE 033, and we've sourced a bracelet for it. It normally comes on a croc strap. Can you see that,
Oh,
Craig? Is that,
yeah. It looks
yeah,
stunning.
yeah, that's the green dial.
Now, is
Rare.
that the one you've had for a long time?
I've had it since 2017.
How did you manage to wrangle the bracelet for that?
We're figuring out the corresponding bracelets for various models. So it comes off of another model, and Grand Seiko, of course, does not
Does not tell you.
provide us with that information. and we sort of have doped it out,
But
and
you're taking the bull by the horns, taking control.
we are trying to,
Uh,
and it's working out very nicely for the blue snowflake. I'll tell you that. It looks terrific.
Now, how's that
Uh,
one fit on yours? We can't really tell in this shot, but
well,
it fits really good.
it's great, very comfortable.
And that's a 5 link. That's the fancy bracelet.
Yeah,
Now, so it fits right to the case, nice.
perfect, perfect.
Well, there you go, folks. That's the kind of service you can get at Little Treasury. Now, can you let the cat out of the bag? What's that going to cost somebody to grab one of those
Um,
bracelets?
$600.
That's reasonable.
Yeah.
That's very
Well,
reasonable.
that's the one for the blue snow. This one might be a little more. It's really on a case by case basis or bracelet by bracelet basis.
Okay, so it's affordable, though. I mean,
Yeah,
clearly.
absolutely. But
I mean, you
that
couldn't get
being
a
said,
Rolex bracelet for that.
but it has a Rolex wait list. It's December for these blue snowflake
They're
bracelets.
not easy to get, so.
No,
Are
just
you
like
going to do your best to try to stock some if you can try
we
to
are.
get.
We've ordered more than we have on order, but I think it's going to creep up on us. It seems to be a very popular thing to do.
Oh, I'm sure. Now I'm going to put I'm going to put another onus on you. What about HD straps? Are you going to make a deal with him?
When I get to it, I'm way behind. It's just nuts lately.
Because
Yeah, I'm
I
going to
love
reach out to
mine.
him.
That's what I've got right here on mine
I
right now.
know,
I'm going
I
to do a
know.
close up of it. There's a close up of the stunner,
Yeah,
and I love my black croc. I'll tell you, it
yep,
really makes this one pop to have the black
yep,
croc on it as opposed to the brown.
right.
It just makes that gold really pop. I'm wearing a Gitman Brothers shirt right now, an old school Oxford button down, and the yellow gold pops right off of that. I'll tell you.
You are
So
looking super today,
so
especially the gold with the yellow shirt. Very sharp.
there you go. There you go. Well, this gold pretty much looks sharp with anything. I'll tell you. You
I
know
don't
what
know,
would
probably
make
not
the
with your
you know what
t-shirt.
would make the whole ensemble is probably on this wrist over here. What do you think I should have on that wrist? On my opposing
Uh,
wrist.
no question.
Look at that. Well, look at that. There you go, folks. He's got a couple of items on there.
Yeah.
He's got the Fope, and then what's that other thing?
This is actually a Chrono Swiss bracelet with their onion crown on it. It's pretty cool.
Okay.
Chrono Swiss watches. I don't carry them, but they were nice enough to give me that little bracelet.
Now that Fope bracelet that you have, is it holding up really good? And how often do you wear it? Oh, I lost your audio. Your audio cut out. I don't know what happened. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Technical difficulties on the audio from the Stevester. Okay, we
Well,
got
it
it back
was.
now. We got it back.
Um, I have a new setup. I'm trying to look at
Okay.
my
Be
iPhone,
careful on
and
pushing buttons.
yeah, and I have it on my MacBook,
Okay,
and I
show
hit
us the faux pay up close if you can.
yeah. So I have a new setup today. I don't know if that's focusing. That camera's too far away for me to deal with.
Okay, let's see the faux pay on the
Oh,
other.
sorry,
Yeah,
wrong
yeah,
wrist. Yeah. Okay,
yeah,
there you go. Is
yeah.
that focusing?
Well, it's not terrible. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. Yeah, it looks stunning. Now, how many millimeters is that one?
That is 6 or 7. I've
Okay,
forgotten.
okay.
And yeah, you're gonna get it in different. You can get 5, and mine's the thickest. I think it perhaps is 7 millimeters.
And you get it to length to fit.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, we make it to
let's
fit.
catch up on the comments here. Okay, Truffers, I'd like to call in to Craig's show. Okay, we already said that. We got that one. Steve, thoughts on new green Seiko Prospect diver that sells for 4,500. People are having a hard time justifying the price as it's encroaching GS prices. What are your
Well,
thoughts on that?
okay, so there's a $6,300 model, and I'm forgetting the number. I'm sure uh, somebody out there remembers it. selling very well,
Okay.
limited edition. And we sold out our initial allocation, and we're begging for more.
So people don't seem to be concerned. They're going for the
Uh,
high-end
the
Seikos.
high ends are selling,
Gotcha.
and we've sold a couple of the LXs, and 5,500, 6,000. It's but in general, the higher end pieces, at least higher end for these
Mhm.
brands, are selling
Are
very
selling.
strongly.
So Triforce Rich says, I think Seiko prices are out of line, but GS is a steal. Very confusing. Well, that's right. We got to get the GSs while we can, because I'll tell you, it is the time to buy now. Uh,
But Triforce, have you tried them on? Seiko is really doing a good job, and
they're upping their
yeah,
game.
I'm getting tempted by a couple of pieces myself, and they really have upped their game.
There you go. Eduardo, Steve, any SKXs left? I know it's a long shot. SKX.
Uh, Not sure. I'd have to look at my inventory. We have a lot of pieces in there. If you'll just look at a watch for a second, I'll turn around and go take a look.
Okay, I'll just put it. Oh, you got one to show. Okay, we'll put that up. And that's a nice bracelet on that particular Seiko. It just looks like a GS bracelet, 5-link bracelet. Let's see. Let's catch up. Did those ugly SoCo models arrive? Hey, the SoCo models, I think people like those. Let's see. Tim's in the house. Steve, it would be great if you were able to compare the GS SBGE 255 when it is available and the Seiko Prospect LX GMT Batman. Okay.
Okay.
We will pass that on to his video department. He wants a comparison of the SBGE 255 and the Prospex GMT.
So, what was the model that they were looking at? We have no SKX, so
Okay.
refresh me on what that was.
Well, he just said any of them, any of the SKX.
No, it looks like it's something we don't routinely carry.
Okay, okay. And let's see, Lance, it's a good looking watch. It comes on a strap, but Steve will sell it on a bracelet too. Okay, I think he's talking about the blue snowflake again. Leon, Eduardo, I actually bought the last SKX A35 yellow dial from Little Treasury back in early 2019. Chris does a nice job on the videos. Yes, he's gotten his act together, and the videos are looking really good. Lewis is in the house. Does the blue snowflake take the beads of rice bracelet? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think it had the regular bracelet on it. But check the video. It's on Steve's channel. That's a good price. Omega wants like $1,000 for their bracelets. Yeah, and Rolex a lot more than that. Steve is a busy man, says Jipu. Let's see. No wait list for the wrench gang. Craig has assured me the wrench gang are a holy order. Knights of the wrench. Knights of the wrench. Durr's in the
Right.
house. Lance, no, he does not, but sometimes used pieces come in. Fope comes with a lifetime warranty, very durable, says Durr. Well, Durr needs one to go with his date 8. You know, he's got a date 8 now, Steve.
Who does?
Durr.
Yeah, oh, I saw that.
He's got a 6-digit date 8. He needs a Fope and yellow gold to go with that.
He does. And
What's he thinking?
let's have a talk offline, Durr.
Yeah, yeah, he needs.
And thank you for the many referrals. You've done a good job. I guess I owe you a little bit on that. So
Yeah, there
you
you
might get
go.
a nice deal.
There you go. Triforce Rich is in the house. By the way, Steve, did you ever get to talk to David about the Bond watch? I never asked him.
David.
Is that David Williams?
I'm not
Was he
sure.
considering? Was he considering a Bond watch?
I don't think so.
Okay, must have been somebody else.
Uh,
Lance, Little Treasury does get used tag models. I picked up a tag Formula Indy 500 Chrono for 200 plus tax back in December 2019. Complete box, almost new. Leon, Eduardo, is that Fope 14 karat No, I think this is 18 karat.
It's 18. Everything is 18 in their line.
And it's FOPE, right? Not two P's,
It
is
is
it?
FOPE.
Yeah,
Yep, Fope.
FOPE, Eduardo.
Yep,
There's
yep.
in the house. The Fope bracelets start at a lot higher than 1400. Okay. The good
They do.
by the way, if you look on eBay, they have different levels of bracelets, and they have the ones like Steve has that are the stretch over the wrist one, and they have different ones. So don't get confused. There's the good ones like Steve has, and then there's some other ones that aren't quite like what Steve has. So, compare apples to apples.
You're seeing Fope on eBay?
Yeah, but they're not
Yeah.
exactly like the one you have.
Yeah, they have some different lines. We don't carry all the lines, but we really love
Yeah, some of them just
these.
have a regular clasp where you
Hmm.
unhook them and hook them each time.
Right.
You don't stretch them over the brace. I like yours because yours seems like it's a lot quicker and easier to put on and off.
It is, and when I think about it now, it's amazingly durable because I literally do wear it every day, even on weekends. So
And
I
you
take it off at night, but it's in great shape.
it's on all day.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. Steve, one of the links wiggled loose on my Speedmaster bracelet, and now I am paranoid to wear it. Luckily, it came loose in a bed rather than on the motorcycle.
Mm.
So yeah, gotta watch those screws, man. Those screws can back
Yep.
out.
Might
Um,
need a little Loctite. Put a little Loctite on those screws.
Steve, next Triforce Rich says, Steve, next little treasury event, I'll wear my Snoopy and try on some Seikos. Maybe I'll buy one if it really impresses me. Let's see. Let's see, Leon. Okay, Eduardo, more than double that for the men's models. Does Steve sell Bertucci? Bertucci?
No, Steve does not.
Okay. Do they make different spring bars for bracelets versus a strap?
Did-
Do you have to use a different spring bar when you convert from a strap to a bracelet?
Whose question is this? I'm sort of I've lost the thread here.
The port TGV.
Ah,
Do they really make different spring bars for bracelets versus a strap?
who is they? We're talking about
I
Omega.
guess maybe he's
Yeah.
talking about Grand Seiko. I don't know, or just generally.
Well,
I
he's
don't
the
know.
one who had the problem with the Omega.
Okay.
So I honestly don't know. I would assume they're going to be different. Uh, I never touch spring bars. I do not
Okay.
go into the
Sa-
watch department and touch any of that.
Sam says, let's talk price on Fope. Let's talk prices, Steve.
Well, if you want the one that I'm wearing, it's $5,500.
$5,500 for the one that Steve's wearing on his wrist right now.
And it's all priced by the millimeter and millimeter width and the length. So essentially, we find out what thickness you want and what the circumference is, and we give you the price. So obviously, I have sort of at the higher end, and if you have a 5 3/4 inch wrist and want a 3 millimeter bracelet, it's going to be correspondingly a lot less.
Yeah. Now, if they want to go whole hog and get the real deal, the real Steve deal unit, if they talk to you direct and they're a subscriber, you'll sharpen your pencil for them, right?
I will. I do for all of the people who reference
There you
the
go,
show.
folks. There you go, folks. It's the time. It's the time to take action. Let's see. But really, if you've got a gold stunner that you're wearing, you need a faux pay to go along with it. Kyle's in the house. Where is David these days? Need to email him and find out what he's up to. Yeah, we haven't seen David. I guess you're talking about David Williams.
Yeah, he sent me an email last week or so, but otherwise haven't heard.
Oh, here's another one. He's talking about David. I mean, the Bond Experience
Oh
Guide
yeah,
that
I
runs the
haven't
channel.
had a chance to get with him. Triforce, I will
Okay.
for sure. Um,
Okay.
just it's nuts around here, unfortunately or
He would
fortunately.
be he would be an interesting to have one to have Skype into the show sometime, don't you think?
Uh-huh. Yep.
Leon's in the house. He says to Deport TGV, yes, most bracelet models use a spring bar a little shorter so as to make it easy for the factory to assemble on the watch. So if you have a 20 millimeter Speedy, the bracelet has 19 millimeter spring bar.
Interesting. Okay.
Tim, Steve, any ideas when you might receive the new Blue GS SBGE 255 GMT?
Well, most things are coming in now. They say August, September. But that being said, uh, almost across the board, deadlines are slipping
Mm-hmm.
at least by a couple of weeks.
Okay.
And in the U.S., they typically don't know until they're pretty much loaded, ready to ship out of Japan.
And Durr says the Fope bracelet that Steve wears is the model to have. It's entirely made of gold. Even their spring technology that they use is all gold. It's a no-brainer. It's the best gold bracelet to buy. There you go. Leslie's in the house. She says the Fope is hot. Well, there you go, Durr. That should give you a 1-2 reason why you better get one on your wrist if Leslie
Yeah.
endorses it. Deport TGV's in the house. What does Steve think of gold Cuban link chains? Are they low class?
That's up to you. Depends on what class you're in.
The Fope would go well with a gold Rolex or GS, Lewis says. When are you getting a Fope, Craig? Um, I'm thinking about it. I'm
We know
thinking
you
about.
are.
I'm thinking about it. Steve, thoughts on gold diamond cut Franco bracelets? Any good for 24/7 use?
I don't know. Um, I pay attention to my faux pay. My wife is the jewelry person. We'll have to get her on
Now,
one of
is
these
that
days.
yours right there in the shot right now?
It is.
So you took it off wrist?
Is that in focus? Because I don't have a
Yeah.
monitor.
The foreground is in focus. Yeah, it looks sharp.
Yeah.
It looks
Okay.
nice.
I'll give you a little more depth of
And that
field.
one's got a little bit of a rose tone to it, but it looks mainly almost yellow gold.
Their rose gold is on the yellow end of the spectrum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. And Kyle says, when can we get Joe Kirk on here again? We need to tell him to slim these watches down. I can't get a spring drive when my current watch wears better than all of them. Kyle in the house. I mean, we've had a lot of people have been talking about they want especially trimmer spring drives.
Mm-hmm.
And they've got that new movement now that is supposedly trimmer.
Yep.
They should figure it out. Lance is in the house. Craig, would you wear a two-tone watch if it was 18 karat gold and titanium? No, I'd rather go with all titanium or all gold. I don't like the in-betweeners. That's what I own. I own an all titanium and I own an all gold. So there you go. That should answer the question right there, what I would go for. Because I did. The Port TGV's in the house. He says, Steve, if someone wanted you to bust down ice out an 002 with diamonds, would you refuse? In other words, would you put a bunch of diamonds on an 002 for somebody, for a client?
Uh, Probably not. Probably not.
Okay. Probably depends on how much money they come and lay on the counter.
Yeah.
If they want to
Yeah.
bling it out, that's what the hipsters say.
Right. Right.
Bling it out, right?
Not our market too much.
And Sam says Craig needs to ice his gold stunner. No, that's not going to happen. Mine is perfect the way it is. The only thing I did to trick mine out is the black strap. Let's see. What would it cost to ice out an 002? Jeez. Doesn't look like Steve's Fope has a lot of wear, says Lewis.
Does or does not?
Doesn't.
Doesn't.
Doesn't look like.
It does have a lot of wear, but it doesn't show
They
anywhere.
just get a patina. They
Yeah.
get and it's the same thing with gold watches. People, this thing that goes around the forums that the 18 karat gold watches are butter and that you can't wear them and that they just you'll just totally destroy them. They get a patina all over them with normal use. I'm not talking about abusive use. I'm just talking about normal use, and they look great. I mean, it's gold. It's going to look great with some wear and tear on it. I think that thing looks nice. It's probably got, if you look close, it's probably got fine little scratches all over it, like a patina, right, Steve?
Yeah, but you'd have to put a loop on it. It's eye clean essentially.
Yeah.
If just looking on your wrist, there's no discernible markings. If you put a loop on it, I'm sure you'd have little
Durr
hair lumps.
says you really need to see the Fope in person and try it on. It takes comfort to an untouchable level. Wow. Did you try it on, Durr? Did he try yours on?
He
He may have.
fondled it. I'm not sure
You
if he got
guys
on the
were
wrist or not.
probably full of liquor and you don't
Yeah,
remember if he tried it on or not.
yeah,
That was probably several drinks in when that was
yeah.
happening. This channel is not for the betweeners, LOL. And Triforce Rich, Steve, how many 50th anniversary Apollo 11s did your store get allocated? I heard some ADs only got one.
I think we had three,
Okay.
but don't hold me to that. Plus or minus one.
And Sam says Craig is a playa. Got to let the ladies know it, Craig. There you go. Craig needs to ice his watch. No, I don't think that's going
We'll
to
do it
happen.
only for Craig.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. All right. So, what else do you have for? We got 41 live viewers, by the way, folks. Make sure you click subscribe and click the bell so that you don't miss out on future shows. And what else do you have you can show us while we got you here, Steve? You got anything?
I did. This is our ad hoc that I jumped aboard with you because I just have rolled out my new hardware for streaming to avoid the blue stream of death that I've been cursed with.
Yeah.
So I'm not totally set up, but I'm using my new Atem Mini Pro, and it's sort of borrowed the wires off the old switcher, and I think it's doing a pretty nice job as a webcam. And so the watch I have at hand, and I didn't prepare anything, is this beautiful Seiko Astron. And Astron has become a little bit of a rarity. They're the solar watches from Grand Seiko, the higher end from Seiko, excuse me. And this is a limited edition of I believe 1,000 pieces and beautiful green dial. And
Now, is
it's
that a 9F? What kind of movement's in that? I see it's a quartz. Is it a
it's
9F?
I don't think so, but
Or
I
similar?
would check. Yeah.
Because it's a
So,
high-end unit, right?
but it's radio controlled, so it's
Oh, okay.
a different beast. So it's totally accurate, and it's got a ceramic bezel. It's really a very nice piece and very tactile. Something you really, just has a
So
great
even though
feel
it
to.
looks kind of gray on the screen, it's more of a green dial. Just that we
Yeah,
just
and
can't see
let's
the.
see. Are you seeing it? My little monitor here
I'm
has.
seeing it, and it just
has
looks a little more gray than green.
Yeah, well, it's the light
Yeah.
because it's a nice deep green.
All right,
And
there's a
again,
couple of comments we got to catch up on here. But
yeah, go
Triforce
ahead.
Rich says polished Rolex bracelets scratch up like crazy, which is why some people think gold gets scuffed bad. Normal brushed gold looks great with use. Yeah, see, my Rolex with the President bracelet holds up great because of the way it's shaped. Those oyster bracelets with the flat center links that are high polished, yeah, that's going to get,
hmm
the scratches are going to show. But once you get a whole bunch of scratches on it, it just becomes more like a patina. First scratch really shows up. The Port TGV is in the house. Craig, I remember soon after you got the 005, you said you were taking pictures from behind a chain link fence and refused to take off your watch to protect it. Did it cause any scratches? Actually, I was shooting an event at the Great Frederick Fair cattle auction, and I was wearing the 231. I was wearing the titanium stunner, and I was repeatedly reaching between. It wasn't a chain link fence. It was the heavy bars that they use that are around cattle. Heavy steel bars that are about 6 or 8 inches apart. And I was able to reach through and get my camera through so that I could get clean clips of the animal. But each time I reached back out, sometimes the watch did bump on the metal. And that happened several times. But I'm in the middle of covering an event. I'm working. I'm not going to stop and take my watch off. I mean, that's not how I operate. My watches are on wrist. And so when I got home, I figured, man, this thing's going to have some damage on it. But I examined it, and it looks fine. So it has held up great. That watch has had heavy use for more than 2 years now, and it's holding up fantastic. So the titanium is definitely doing what it needs to do. Let's see what else we got here. Durr says, I tried on Fope bracelets multiple times. I'm very familiar with the brand. I tried Steve's on at Looney's Steakhouse. Awesome bracelet and awesome steaks. Yeah, like I say, you guys were probably several drinks in, and he doesn't even remember. You should have probably just kept it on your wrist, Durr. He probably would have had no clue. You get a few drinks, and Steve, you never know what you can get away with. Lewis is in the house. He says, hey, the camera image looks nice, Steve. 1080p? Is it 1080p?
Yes, it is. It is.
Okay.
Yep.
And Lance says, Craig, what are your thoughts on Casio's Oceanus line of watches? OCEANUS? I don't have any thoughts on them. I don't know anything about them. What do you have them, Steve?
No.
Okay. So Steve doesn't have that one in stock.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. We'll talk about it on another show. Is it a GPS satellite connected? That one you just showed, I guess.
GPS.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we need to see these watches modeled on your wrist, Steve.
Okay, next time I'm gonna have
They're really
prepare.
picky. Okay, Steve needs a little treasury event again, hopefully in the fall.
Yeah, I tentatively scheduled something if this curse lifts for the 16th and 17th of October.
Okay.
So if things are getting better, we are going to have something. It may be by limited access or scheduled access,
Okay.
and it may be partly virtual, but we were last year anyway.
Yeah.
And we're going to do something around
So
then.
VIPs that are interested in going, get in touch with Steve so you can get on the top of the list, because invitations may be limited. That's the message there. Let's see. Yeah, looking forward to the next little treasury events. This is Triforce Rich, where Steve gets me drunk and attempt to buy his watches. Look forward to the challenge. Sam's in the house. Steve will get us drunk to make us buy watches. He's laughing. He says, and let's see, the Port TGV. He deleted his message. Triforce Rich. Steve will get me so drunk I smash my Snoopy. Survived space but couldn't survive whiskey and champagne. Okay.
I don't think Snoopy's going to be here before that event in any case.
Uh-oh.
So, yeah.
Let's see. Steve, what's your favorite personal watch?
I am enjoying my little Grand Seiko here very much. For a long time, I wore my Vermont Alt 1C.
Hold it up a little more so they can see it. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. And, it's a smaller form factor, which I'm starting to gravitate to as well.
What size is that one?
I think it's 40, I think.
Okay.
Let me get my little
And so you've parked your Brumont for that.
I have for the time being. Well, here's the story. Actually, it's 41, but it wears much smaller. We moved back in March, if you recall, and we lost my watches until last week. My wife put them in the underwear drawer or something.
She put them somewhere safe.
Yeah,
that you couldn't
and
find them.
so we just found them, and I had been wearing a Frederick Constant watch and whatever else I could grab that was around the store that was sort of a loaner type thing.
Hmm.
And now I'm back in business, but we do have some more that we haven't found. So
Now,
I
I
think we'll
I
show up.
heard a rumor that you were starting to eye that 002, that second 002 you have. I heard a rumor
Uh,
that,
I,
that
I'm tempted, but there's a lot of temptation in this store that I have to resist on a daily basis, and that one's got to go on a customer's wrist, I'm afraid.
the port TGV says, "What does Steve think of high-end watches on rubber or fabric straps?"
Uh, it depends on how high end. Some of the Omegas with gold bezels and whatever on their rubber straps or fabricized rubber
Mhm.
uh, are really nice. And also, if it comes with a really nice buckle deployant thing
Mhm.
integrated, I think wearable. And I get tempted by some of those myself. So yeah, they're fine.
Now,
Uh,
Durr says Steve's gold Bremont chronograph is a stunner. Do you have a gold,
I have I have two of them. Yeah.
a Bremont chronograph
Yeah.
in gold?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, I have two, and
Is that 18
I'll,
karat gold?
yeah, yeah. What do you? Come on, I don't wear the
Okay.
14
All right.
karat. Come on, hey, who
Oh, by the
are you
way,
talking to?
Lance sent in some photos, I believe, of some Oris watches that were gold.
Uh-huh.
Do you ever carry those? I know you're an Oris dealer.
Uh, no, I think there's one that came out since we've been a dealer, and we haven't carried it. And they certainly have a lot of bronze watches,
I
and
think he sent a couple in. Lance, maybe you can refresh our
yeah.
memory in the chat if you're still hanging out. Let us know what you sent in so that we know. I don't see Lance in the chat, so maybe he's not here. But let's see. Okay, we got to wrap this up here pretty
All
soon.
right, I have a little tidbit. Can
Okay.
I throw that in?
Mm-hmm.
Next week we're having a visit from the top U.S. brass of Seiko, of all of Seiko, uh, coming to our store, top two guys. And if you have any
Next
questions,
week?
yes, yes, yes.
Wow.
And sort of at their behest, and they're coming in. Uh,
Can you do a possible broadcast with them?
I doubt it, but
Okay.
I would love to have any questions sent to me that you would like me to respond to you in the next show.
Okay.
If
Now, who are these guys exactly?
well, the VP of Grand Seiko in the U.S., the head guy and head U.S. guy,
Mm-hmm.
and the guy for the East Coast, and my rep will be here.
Okay.
And they just told us yesterday, coming in,
Mm-hmm.
and what would you like me to ask them and tell them? Seiko, not Grand
Yeah.
Seiko.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay, so Deport TGV says, Steve, are there any rules on what watches salespeople can wear?
In my store, no, but for the most part, they wear our products,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's Grand Seiko or all of us in the days of ball watch here had many ball watches and
Do they get
Brahma.
demo watches that they can wear?
No, we don't do that
Okay.
too much. Uh, they can get them at a very attractive price,
Mm-hmm.
however.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah,
So Steve's chronograph, I'm thinking of, has the white dial. It's a serious Bremont stunner.
yeah, and I have them with a black dial.
So,
I will bring them when I
okay.
find them.
Okay. So do your salespeople wear tutors, Steve? I
Not
hope not. Uh,
not at work anyway.
Kyle says everyone must be at the even. I don't know what that
That's
means. Is that
At
a
the
hipster thing?
event.
At the Oh, you meant event. Okay, you just
Yeah.
left the T off there. Okay.
Certainly, if you have
Okay, yeah,
a wrench, you need to be
he
here.
retyped it in there. Yeah, there you go. Uptick Watch Reviews did a video where flippers had to buy solid gold Orses in order to get access to steel sports Rolexes from the AD. Okay, all right, interesting. I normally what the Rolex ADs do is they make you buy a solid gold Rolex and then you can get the sports model, but that's a new take on that. Lewis is in the house. Steve's rubbing elbows with the big dogs. Well, there you go. That's always the case. Eduardo says, Steve, ask them where.
I got it. I got it.
Okay.
I will. I will.
The marketing team? Oh,
Yeah,
jeez. You can't ask them that.
I can, of course.
Ask if they can give free watches to the Wrench Gang. Sam, now but that's actually decent of Sam to be asking that because you notice he
It
does
is.
not have a wrench.
Uh-huh.
So he's asking that on behalf of the people that have wrenches. That's
That's
very
very
nice of
nice.
him. Yeah.
Try for us. You're
Very,
going
very
nuts over this.
magnanimous. Let's see. I'll come to the event dressed up as Charlie Brown. Okay. Let's see. Derek says, I can't work out Skyping, Craig. I'll throw in the towel. So he can't get Skype working. Well, that's a shame. If you have a smartphone, it should be
Oh, I
fairly
read that
straightforward.
differently. I read that differently. That he can't work out while Skyping.
No, I think he means he
Yeah.
can't get it. I asked him to Skype into the show.
Ah, ah,
I
okay.
think he's giving up on that. But you should be able to get Skype working on a smartphone. That should be pretty straightforward.
Uh-huh.
So don't throw in the towel. Find a 15-year-old or a 13-year-old nearby and just tell them you want to get Skype working. They'll get it working for you.
Yeah.
Let's see. Triforce Rich, I think wearing a blanket with holes would send the wrong message.
And
Leslie's in
sucking
the
your
house.
thumb or whatever. Yeah.
Leslie's in the house. She says, party at Steve's house after the Little Treasury event. Three
Oh, an
question
after
marks.
party, eh? Mm.
There you go.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, if we can get Leslie there, we absolutely should have it. I heard she's the life of the party.
Uh-oh.
There you go. Sam's in the house. Are you going to get the Seiko VPs drunk? Well,
Well, that would be
duh.
fun. I'll probably offer them something.
Duh.
Yeah, I have
That's
some
standard.
nice single malt Japanese whiskey that might be appropriate.
That's standard operating procedure, I think. And Derek says his phone is smarter than he is. There you go. R. Wag says one of the best parts of Steve's Little Treasury event is meeting his better half Linda, a class act. Well, there you go. Absolutely.
Thank you.
He married.
Thank you,
He
Wag.
married way up, way up.
Yeah.
The Port TGV, Wrench Gang Edition, Grand Seiko.
Ah, okay. Let's come up with a design, guys. We'll have a group buy.
I think we were talking about one the other day.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, we were talking about that we could come up with a design pretty quick of what we want. Let's see. What's else has gone? After party with masks.
Right.
Let's see. I'm bringing. Okay. All right. I think we're going to let you go unless there's anything else you want to
No,
bring into the.
no, I'm going to scoot out of here. And so far, my little setup looks like it's doing its job. So I may be have conquered the blue screen of death. So let's hope. And have fun, fellows.
Well,
And,
Skyping in, I think, is less. Requires less resources than doing the actual live broadcast. So I think
I ran
Jerry's,
a private broadcast for an hour and 15 minutes before this, and
oh, with the new unit?
yeah,
Oh, really?
yeah.
How did you do it?
What do you mean? How did I do it?
Did you set up a test event and then
Yes, I did.
and you had to copy and paste the key?
I did, and it worked.
Oh,
It just
wow.
went right through. Yeah,
What did the quality look like?
beautiful, very nice.
Okay. Okay.
And I just haven't worked out integrating the mic into the whole setup. And so,
Well, I think you're going to have to get the correct cable to run it in through the mic input. You know, the mic input on that ATEM Mini is 3.5 mil.
it is. I do have an
So,
adapter, but
so yeah, that's what you're going to need is well, I would get a cable. I would get a special cable. The output on your mixer, your audio mixer,
hmm
that is uh, a standard XLR, correct?
right.
And is it an
I have an
it,
XLR to 3.5 adapter.
that should do it. Now
Yeah.
you're going to need to change, make sure that you have the setting correct because that can take either line in. I believe your ATEM Mini can take either line in or mic level in. I believe there's a setting in the
I'll have to
software.
check.
So
So we're
if
not
it
quite
will,
there yet,
yeah,
but
if it will
I have high
take,
hopes.
yeah, if it'll take line level, then make sure you're going line level out on the
hmm
mixer and then line level in on that if you can. If you
Right.
have to go down to mic level, then just make sure both are mic level. And
Yeah.
then you should be good with your audio.
I hope so.
And then it's got a
So,
level adjustment in there that you can adjust the
yeah.
level, make sure you get it right, and you should be good.
Yeah. Should be.
Well,
Should
this is
be. Let's
exciting.
hope. Yeah.
This is
I'm excited.
exciting stuff.
Okay. So I'm going to Skype off and thanks for listening, everybody. Had fun and see you next time.
All right. Yeah, XLR. Yeah, that's what meant to say. All right, so that takes care of the little call in from Steve. Very good job. He's using the Blackmagic ATEM Mini Pro, which are very hard to get. I'm on the waiting list to get one of those. He pre-purchased it. He ponied up and pre-purchased it. And there's the two stunners side by side there. And so that is how he got his rapidly. And this was the watch we were going to talk about. And there's a link to that in the chat. But I think the consensus was we're going to go ahead and stick with the 002. I think that's the way to go. Where is the, here we'll show the peacock again. And that's the 264. That's the one that is limited edition, and that is rose gold. So, and I've said this before, I actually prefer the fact that the 002 is not a limited edition, that it's going to be around a while, and hopefully people will be able to buy it and get it, and I think that's a good thing. I think that's a good thing. I just saw that watch yesterday in person. Which watch, Kyle? Which watch? Craig, keep lobbying for me. Wrench Gang needs their special watches. There you go, Triforce Rich. I'm doing my best. I'm working on it. Maybe Durr and I should do a package deal on a couple of Fope bracelets is what we should do. We need to both end up with a Fope bracelet. At a deal. At a deal is what we need to do. Let's see what else. I think we're caught up. And it's been an hour. It's been an hour, just like that. The gold black dial you showed, Kyle. You saw it in person? Whoa. Do tell. What was it like? Please let us know in the chat. What did it look like in person? Because I know these photos do not do any of these watches justice. Let's see. Yeah, well, I'm going to wait for that feedback. Craig, I found another gold date chest, but it come on a leather strap just like the 002. I'll send it in tomorrow. I have to go to find it again. Okay. All right. Great, Eduardo. Yeah, the 30K watch. I'm with you. Just in case anyone forgot, Tudor sucks. And our Wag says, I'm hungry, Chip. Thanks much for the great show. Have a great dinner. Don't forget to subscribe. Click the bell and give a thumbs up to the broadcast. You know, our Wags is sophisticated. He's actually putting the icons in there. He actually put a bell in there. Isn't that pretty cool? That's pretty hip. That's pretty hip. Let's see. And Durr says, yeah, let's get some Fopes, Craig, next event. Yeah, we got to lean on the Stevester. Great show, Craig. Very much appreciated after another hot day. Hot day, yes. This is what I can say for the watch. Brit's watch is 10 times better for half the money. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Okay. Let's see. And Lewis says, we need details, Kyle. I'm familiar with Urshushi. I don't know how to pronounce it, but only when it's applied to pottery. Like, subscribe, and wear a Grand Seiko. There you go. Well, it sounds like Kyle was not very impressed with that watch. Did they have an 002? Have you seen an 002 in person? Interesting. Interesting. I would have thought that puppy would have looked okay in person, but again, I would definitely go for the 002. Well, that's what I did do, but interesting. Of course, he's comparing it to the all gold Datejust is a pretty amazing piece. I have to grant him that. It's a pretty amazing piece. Let's see. Brett has a watch 10 times better than anything in any of the watch shops on Rodeo. I'm not exaggerating. There you go. Well, and it's a rare puppy, too. You ain't going to see another one. It's going to be a while before you're going to see another one. Let's see. And they have no 002s. Okay. Sent a photo of the only stunning Tudor. No, Kyle. Brett needs a steel watch. Gold is a lesser metal. It's a myth around here. No one in GS has seen one in person. Oh, the 002? All right, let's see what we've got on this email, and then we're going to wrap this puppy up, and I'm going to eat something. Not sure what. Oh, the Tudor Day date. You've shown this before. I'll pull it up here, but we've seen this before. And yeah, I mean, it's an all right watch. I mean, it's if you want something like that, but yeah, I think I would go with something different. But yeah, I mean, I guess if you want to go with a Tudor, that probably would be the way to go. Not a terrible price either. There you go. Did you see the videos about the black and green dials? GS Craig Lewis R. I will look at them. I think I glanced at one of them, but no, I didn't. I'll look at them. No wrapping any puppies up. Lamont hasn't popped in. Brett has a steel date just 2 though. Rich, LOL. Tudor day date is a joke, says Trevors. I don't watch any watch called the Glamour. Ain't nobody going out, Brett on the. Ain't nobody gonna outdo Brett on the street. His punchline is find another one. Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. He's got a rare puppy, and I know a little something about rare puppies on wrist. So there you go. All right, we're gonna wrap this one up. We're gonna wrap it up, but do subscribe. Do that. And my buddy left a voicemail. What the heck? Should we give Bree a plug before I wrap? We'll show her website real quick. I think she was in the chat earlier. She was in the chat earlier. So BreeFitDance.com. Subscribe. And we will live to broadcast another day. Thanks for watching, everybody. Click subscribe, click the little bell.